So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm not staying in my box. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we? All is well? All is well, all is well. So thank you so much for coming to emerge the journey of self-compassion, right? So today is our third installation of Emerge, the journey of, right? So our first installation was on radical acceptance. No. Wait a minute. Yay! So we paying attention? Yay! So our first installation was on resilience, right? And so today we're talking about self-compassion. From self-compassion, last time we talked about radical acceptance, right? So we did resilience, we did radical acceptance, and today we're talking about self-compassion. And so I am Dr. Colleen Taylor. I am the owner of With You Counseling Group here in Rockford, Illinois, and I service the states of Florida, the states of Texas, the states of Alabama, Arizona, right? What am I missing? I'm missing one more. Illinois. Thank you so much. Yes, the state that I'm in right now, right? So thank you so much for coming. So just a few housekeeping duties. The restroom is to your right. As soon as you get off the doors, you just turn a quick left and the restroom is right there. So throughout, please feel free to get up and have some refreshments, right? So today is going to be some interactive, some group things, presentations, talking about, and just feeling comfortable, right? So right now, I want to do a temperature check. Temperature check, temperature check, temperature check. What does temperature check mean, right? So what I want to know is, what drains you? What energizes you, right? What drains you? What energizes you? What does that mean? What gives you energy? What depletes you? Right? Just imagine you have a balloon and you burst that balloon. What happens when we burst that balloon? What happens when we are blowing up that balloon? Right? We're blowing it up. We're putting our breath into it. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And what happens? It bursts, right? So just imagine for us, what gives us energy? What just sparks us, right? Just says, ooh, yes, ooh, no, or what just say, ooh, 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 where am I at? What do I need, right? So real quick, real short, real juicy. What energizes us? What drains us? There's no right and there's no wrong. It's just today, what I do choose to believe is what energizes me and what depletes me, right? It could be one thing or two things, or you know what? I was never posed that question, so I have no idea, right? And it could be, man, when I get that first cup of coffee, or man, when I first do that first yoga stretch, what happens, right? Or when I receive that hug, what happens? What energizes us and what drains us, right? So no right or wrong, just a few hands. Anybody, everybody? Anybody, any? Music, yes, what kind of music? House music. What's house music? Oos, oos, oos. No? What's house music?
I'm blanking. I could play it.
Give me a snippet. Give me a snippet. A snippet of house music. So we're talking about. We're talking about what energizes us, what drains us. So Tim said house music. That's
That's not how.
That's definitely.
I don't think that's, I was thinking something different for house music. The mic? You get it? You get it? You get it? Okay, so we're going to get a snippet of the house music. The house music. We're getting a snippet of the house music. Is it the lyrics? What is it? What is it? What is it?
All of it for me. I
It's
just
all
want
of
to
it.
It's all of that for me.
It's all of that, right? So we're talking about what energizes us, right? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? What energizes us? Women like me. Hey!
you.
Love it. What about it? What about it? What about it?
Direct eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
You give energy
Ooh.
to others. Like, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to be here.
Ooh.
Juliana, she's been trying to get me to come here for the last couple of sessions. And I was kind of dragging. As soon as I came in, I saw you. When you started talking, I saw the aesthetics, the beauty, people.
Beautiful.
That woke me up.
Ah, I love it, 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 I love it. Thank you so much. So what energizes us? We got house music, we got me. What else? What else? What energizes us?
Being creative.
Being creative. Ooh, what about, a little bit more about that. Creative in what way? Is it art? Is it craft? Is it photography? What?
Craft, sewing, even cooking.
Cooking, craft, sewing. What energizes us? What else? What else?
I would say church and being out in nature.
Church and nature. Church and nature. What else energizes us?
Yes, the word of God and also praise and worship music.
Praise
Love
and
it.
give us a snippet. Give us a snippet. Give us a snippet. Praise and worship. Positive environment. Positive environment. So we got praise and worship. We need a snippet. We need a snippet. We still waiting. We got a snippet of house. We need a snippet of praise and worship. What energizes us?
For me, fulfilling my purpose.
Ooh, fulfilling your purpose.
And that can be kind of like what you're doing today, just bringing people to their destination.
Mm.
Them along their process.
Craft, music, purpose. Sleep, making other people happy. Sleep energizes us. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Anybody else? What energizes us?
The color orange.
Hey, we in that season. We in that season. Orange, right? So we know what energizes, right? So what do you think? It could be just one thing, or it could be a number of things. What depletes us? Worry. Worry depletes us. You got that praise?
You know they gotta give some commercials first.
Okay, so all right, we getting that. So we got worry. Worry drains, right? What else drains us?
Family.
Family.
Mine's is negative, just negative thoughts, negative people, just dumping on you, just negative.
Negative thoughts, negative people, just dumping. Right? What else? What else? What else? What a beautiful name. What a beautiful name, right? So we're talking about what energizes us. We're talking about, right, what depletes us. We can call on that beautiful name when we get depleted. We can call on that beautiful name when we get depleted. Ladies, what energizes you? Family, and wait a minute. Over here, family energizes. Over here, family depletes sometimes. What energizes you, ladies? Sleep.
Yeah.
Hey, we got sleep, we got craft, we got the word, we got family, we got passion. Right? So we're talking about draining and energizing. And so it's wonderful that we are able to realize. And then the question is, how often do we notice what depletes us and what energizes us during the day? Right? How many minutes is in one day? Pam?
I could have me here in a week.
Okay, let's work with that. Let's work with that. How many minutes in 1 week? We're talking about energizing and depleting. How many minutes in 1 week?
A little over 10,000.
A little over 10,000 minutes in 1 week. And how in that little over 10,000 minutes in 1 week, right? How do we notice we're energized or depleted? We got worry, we got praise, we got worship, we got house.
I get agitated.
Agitated, okay. Energizes and depletes us, right? So, now, understanding what energizes, what depletes us. What do we want from that? Why is that important to realize what energizes us and depletes us, right? And so we're on this journey today of self-compassion, right? How am I, let's not go into that. Self-compassion, right? What is self-compassion? And understanding what self-compassion is, right? In little over 10,000 minutes from what week? How am I compassionate? Whatever that means right now. We don't know yet. We're digging, right? And so in that journey, as we're digging, how do we come to a path of well-being? Well-being physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, realizing what energizes and what depletes us in that path of self-compassion, right? How do we explore? We're going to go through. What does it mean? And so we're on this journey, right? And so right now, you're like, I'm in this room. This thing said 11 o'clock, it should be starting. And what happened? She late. And what does that mean for me, being late? Put it out there. Where do you think my thoughts went? Am I moving? I think I'm moving. I'm not there yet, but that's okay. Where do my thoughts go? Where would your thoughts go? You have something and you late. Being late, right, to an event, you would begin to become anxious, right? And with anxiousness, what you think might else come?
Start worrying.
Ooh, there that word again. I start worrying, right?
What people might say about you.
Mm-hmm.
Or how they're going to look at you. Or how
And people that I don't even know. And people that know me too, right? And then if I continue to think about that, right, what happens? That can do what? Physically ill, right? Physiological can take place. I lose focus. And what else? Man, oh man, self-doubt. Self-doubt can come in. Self-doubt can come in, right? And so right now, I'm asking, who is in the room? What role are you showing up in this facility, in or at? Who is in the room? Right? Who is in the room and what role are you playing in the room today? Right? In other words, what hat are you wearing in the room today? Am I a hat of just a presenter, a workshop, a business owner, a friend, a daughter, a sister, a cousin, right? Who is in the room? I am. And what's the role that I am bringing into the room? Anybody, everybody.
I'm a peer.
I'm a peer. I love it. Yes, I have a peer that's in the room. Who else is in the room? Participants is in the room. Who else is in the
I
room?
think first and foremost, I am a student. I'm always in the position, in the posture to learn, but at the same time, I know how to lead as well.
A posture of learning, a posture of leading. Who is in the room and what role are we in today?
I'm first a student today, a student colleague.
Aha.
I'm a student.
Student.
I want to learn and absorb and share other. Gain some so I can pass on.
Ooh, gain some more so I can pass on. Ooh. Who is in the room and what's our role? It could be anything.
I am not on the clock.
Oh, I am not on the clock. I am not on the clock, right? And when I'm not on the clock, does that energizes or does that deplete? Am I listening to my house?
Press play.
Ooh. presses play. Who else, right? What role are we today, right? When you got up this morning, did you say, man, what's my role? Did that thought even come into your mind? Like, man, how does that role play into self-compassion? Right? How does that role come in?
I'm just being.
I am just being today.
Yeah, I'm free.
Oh, how do you know that
Like
you're
my-
just
my brother
being?
said, I'm just woosah.
Woo-sighing and
I'm
free.
enjoying today.
Ah, excellent, excellent.
So this morning when I got up, I'm thinking, I was trying to think of a word when she was saying that she's eager to learn. And, as I was sitting here, I'm thinking of words because you always have me pick out that fork on another word. That's not.
That's not, you're not feeling it, not today.
So I was hungry when I came this morning. Not hungry for food,
Yes.
but just hungry for knowledge and what you're gonna tell me and how I'm gonna take it and take it in and all like that. So I came up with the word I'm a patient today.
I'm a patient, okay.
Not in a bad way, but a patient. 'Cause I want you to give me all the medicine and all the stuff I need to get in here.
Who's in the room in our role, right? The role that we put on today as we're coming in, right? As we are journeying, right? And so I'm going to ask you, as we continue down our path, right? And so we all have paths that we take, right? As well as sometime there's some detours, some roadblocks that might come in that path. And then we have to sometimes pivot in order to move forward. We have to make sure that we are in the right frame of mind in order to move forward, right? Because in our mind, we have the thought, I'm going to go from point A to point B. For an example, I'm going to drive from East State Street all the way to West State Street, and not knowing when we left our house that there are going to be 4 roadblocks, there are going to be 4 detours that we had to encounter, and we didn't know that, right? So at times, do we then allow, right? Like when I was late, right? Did I have that worry come in? Do that self-critical thought might come in, right? That, man, I'm going to be late. Man, I don't know what to do. This GPS isn't working. What are we saying to ourselves in any of those situations that might come in? Right? So we are going to dig in. We're going to be working on what is this word self-compassion, right? What does that mean, right? Is there any science behind self-compassion, right? Can there be any barriers that might prevent me, us, we are together, from participating in that self-compassion, right? And then what are some practical things? Some practicals go-to, some practical tools that I could walk out of here, and if I so choose to utilize, to see if it can help to continue to energize us with other things that we have, right? So we're all going to be learning, we're all going to be discussing. I want you to know that it's a safe space, right? As we transition down our journey of self-compassion, right? So now, what is self-compassion, right? Self-compassion, there are 3 main core foundational pieces within self-compassion, but within that we have Christine Neff, who who done so much research within it, right? And so what we want to talk today is we're going to tease it on out. What does that really mean, right? What does it mean to be self-kindness, right? What does it mean to have common humanity? Right? What does it mean to be able to be mindful, right? Can I be here in this moment and be mindful? As I'm sitting here, can I be compassionate to self, right? Who is self? The role of self in this time, in this place, how I perceive myself to be, right? So, am I being gentle? How do you ask? Could be what? Your words, your deeds, your thoughts, your understanding, right? When suffering comes, what takes place? Am I ignoring those pain, or do I go into that self-criticism when I was late, right? What happens, right? Am I able to recognize when suffering comes and what to do to implement, to move through versus to stay there and to become stuck? Right? What happens? What happens? Or do I stay in struggle? Am I able to hold my emotion, to have some balance for this emotion that I'm experiencing? Where is it moving? Where am I noticing it? Right? Is it in my stomach? Is it in my shoulders? Is it in the back of my neck? Or is it on top of my neck? Right? Does it show up in my hips? Right? And I just want you just to notice. Just to be aware, just to be present as much as possible without judgment. So why would I have to judge, right? What does that mean? Sometimes we do things like, you know you shouldn't be doing that. You know you shouldn't be having that on. To ourselves. Like, right? When we got up this morning, you say, girl, guy, ooh, we gonna do it today, right? And so what I'm going to ask us to do before we transition, I want us to create a statement, right? How are you feeling in this moment, right? At 11:35 Central Standard Time. How are we feeling? Just a statement. I feel da-da-da-da. In this moment, I feel da-da-da-da. And I want that to be coming from a place of compassion. Right? And so as we begin to do that, right, I want us to first, we're going to do a breathing exercise, right? And just center as we begin to look at this self, right? What's happening? The internal self and the external, right? What's happening? So if you feel comfortable, your eyes could be open or your eyes could be closed, whatever feels safe, whatever feels comfortable in the moment, right? And I'm going to ask you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in and hold it and exhale it out. Another nice, clean, cleansing breath in. And hold it and exhale. One last time. Nice, clean, cleansing breath in. And hold it and exhale. And now I just want you to just notice, be curious with what's going on inside. Am I thinking about anything? Am I present in the moment? And just be. Naturally breathing in and naturally breathing out. Another cleansing breath in, holding, and exhaling. And just be in the here, in the now, and just notice anything going on internally. If it is, just notice. No judgment, no thoughts. Just notice. And if your eyes are open, take another cleansing breath in. Exhale and release. And open your eyes. Right? And just shake. Just shake. Shake the energy, shake the energy, shake the energy. Right? And just be. Any positive thoughts that came through your mind? I'm breathing. I'm okay. Calm and relaxed. Okay. Ah. Feel good. Wonderful, wonderful. And so what I would like you to do is just to write a statement. I feel good, whatever it is, calm and relaxed, da 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 da. Right? And so for those that are watching us on YouTube, write your statement in. Right? How are you feeling? What role? Depleting, energizing, right? And so hold that statement, right? And so what I want us to tap in a little bit is about self-compassion versus self-esteem, right? The characteristics that might fall into it, right? How it shows up, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. Right? Am I all about what happens when someone shares to me that personal achievement? What does that do for me? When someone shares a personal achievement and give you a compliment, how does that make you feel? Are you sitting in the seat of receiving, or your thought takes you somewhere else? Are we sitting in a seat of receiving and just receive what they have to say, or we don't believe them? Do we believe at times? All the time? Are we consistent? Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. If you feel comfortable. All right.
I think I am just, I think there's areas in my life where I do hold a lot of self-esteem, but by and large, I think there are more where I am plagued with self-doubt. Even though I know that imposter syndrome is just on my back constantly. But I sometimes embrace her and think that I trick everyone, and I get over on everyone, and I'm fine. And and so there are areas. It just depends, I think, on who I'm speaking with.
And what shows up and how it shows up. Anyone else? Anyone else?
So I come from more of a self-esteem standpoint. And I think, like you, it depends on who I'm speaking to, but even afterwards, I tend to doubt myself, or I have the thought process of, is it enough? Or where do I go from here? So that's me.
And when that happens, right, where does that take you at times? If you feel comfortable in sharing with that self-esteem.
To an emotional state. Whether that's the lows on what do I do next, or the highs with I can't believe I've come this far. It's an emotional state.
Thanks for sharing. Anyone else feels comfortable, right? So, self-esteem, we can mask it, downplay it, depending on who is in the room, right? How am I feeling that day, right? How I'm gonna use what energizes, or I'm gonna use what depletes me in that moment. And being able to find balance in how we do it and when we do it, and is it appropriate to do, right? And then are we compromising ourselves, right? And when we compromise ourselves, at times that can be a struggle and a tug of war between, I can say, my core values at times, right? Maybe, maybe not, right? And to be able to clarify those. And in this moment, this is what it is. And next week, it might be something different. And last week, it was something different, right? But you still would have that core, right? But then there's other variables around it, right? And so with that, unconditional, right? When we say the word unconditional, unconditional, what happens? What comes to mind? If I say, Tim, since I met you, your presence, your personality, for me has been unconditional. And just about sitting in that seat. I'm talking about how you're feeling it, I'm feeling it. Unconditional. Vulnerable. Unconditional. How we can speak to ourselves, unconditional. In those rough days, unconditional. Right? Dark days, unconditional. Colleen, I can't think of those. I can't think what to do. The words, I cannot formulate the words. I don't have the language for the words. What do I do? Right? It was a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, maybe it was 4 weeks ago. For me, I was working and I'm like, man, I feel heavy. I felt real heavy. I'm like, I need something. I couldn't put my finger on what I needed, but I know I needed something, right? So I called a good friend. And in my mind, I was like, I said I didn't know what I needed, but I think I knew what I needed, but I couldn't have the language to say what I needed. I said, I need you to make me laugh, right? No, I said, I need you to make me, I think I said I need you to make me, no, I said I said I need something. I don't know what I need. And then she was like, you this, you that, you da-da-da-da. I was like, girl, that's not what I need. But then she said something, and oh my God, I needed a good laugh. That's what I needed. She was saying all these wonderful things, right? You smart, you kind, you da-da-da-da-da-da. I ain't do nothing for me now. And then she said, I said, that's it. I couldn't put words to it. I said, Jesus, what's going on? Right? I couldn't put words to it. But then she was able to be my lifeline. She didn't know what I needed, but I knew I needed something. And she was there to stir it a little bit. Stir it a little bit. And then I was able to pick up. And it energized me to complete the rest of my day. And I've been good since. I said, when you can't find a word for what you need. And that was the first time that ever happened to me. I said, So was that a self-compassion moment or was that a self-esteem moment? Unconditional. Emotional resilience, right? Being able, that external piece. And showing up. And being comfortable and open to share in the moment, right? How have we spoken to ourselves? If you feel comfortable in sharing in the discussion, all right? And so for those that are watching us, write it on down, write it on down, write it on down. I heard some good conversations flowing, right? So we had Maisie and Teddy got connected over here. Yes, pet moms got connected. Same puppies. Can you believe that? The same puppies, Maisie's and Teddy's. Pet moms. We got who else? We got some other pet families. Who do we have? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pet families. Oh. Fish, yes, yes, this is good. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, how was our discussion, right? Any insightful information that was just shared, right? Any insightful information about during times of struggle, right? What are the thoughts, right? And how do I speak to myself, right? What are the thoughts and how do I speak to myself, right? Anyone feel comfortable in just sharing? The thoughts.
During times of self-struggle.
Yes.
I grew up in a family where, well, I'm a child abuse survivor. So words were used as a weapon from my mother. And she beat me down with those words, as well as physically. So I had to work really hard. I relied on God, a higher power, my God, to pull me through a lot of times of struggle. It seemed like my whole life was struggle. And I'm finally at a point where it lifted. It's like the burden has lifted from me. And I'm feeling more free. But I do revert back to those times and I'll be like, I'll actually call myself a bitch. Get up. Get up. Stop. You got to go forward. You got to go forward. I will. I'll curse myself out when I know I'm going down to pull myself up. And I know that's not the healthiest way, but you know, I can chuckle and laugh at it. But yeah, sometimes I do. I kick myself so I can continue to move forward because that's what worked for me. But now, you know, after years of therapy and learning how to care for myself, caring for others, like my pups, that helps the distraction.
Teddy, Mr. Teddy.
Solitude is what rejuvenates me. Being with me and loving me and being compassionate. But it's been a long journey. I'm 62 now.
Ooh, looking good. Bless, bless.
Thank you. And I have worked this struggle, this to turn it around for me, to make it work for me. But the motivation has been given to others. So I know my purpose now. I know my purpose. And people like Juliana came into my life. She was my supervisor. Yeah, and she was very compassionate to me. And I tried to reciprocate that back to her. And so now, here, she's inviting me to this.
Blessing,
so I'm really
blessing.
grateful. I'm really thankful. Yeah, but I still go there, those dark times.
And the familiar, right? It's familiar.
But I have to pull myself up out of it.
Yes.
I got some tools.
Yes, excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else, right? Anyone else feels comfortable in times of struggle, right? In times of struggle, how do we? What do we say? The thoughts.
I am an internalizer, and so in times of struggle, I retreat in. I do find peace in just being in the space of my husband, but he can't talk. Like, he just needs to just sit and be. And so Takita and I were talking about how hard we are on ourselves, and so in times of struggle, I will probably not say very nice stuff to myself to try to motivate myself to do better. And so I definitely am working on that, but that's my mode of action at this point.
Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else choose to share out, right? Was that a yes?
Yeah, I'll share. I wasn't raising my hand, but I'll share. Oh, you want me to hold that? I also retreat. And when we were sitting here working on it, I was trying to find a word, listening to you and listening to her back there. I put isolate, retreat, and I try to energize myself. But solitude is a good word because isolate seems so negative to me because it's not negative. It's a good place for me. and internalize it. Negative thoughts, I don't know if I call myself mean, I don't do that, but just, negative thoughts. How I fix it and energize it, I'll go for more achievements, or I'll try to, like, I have a master's degree, so then I'll go work on my PhD. So I guess, I don't know, I'm not building myself up inside, I don't know. So I'll work on different achievements, whether it's a certificate or something. I gotta do something better than I did before.
Improvement, applying, learning, moving, shifting, changing for the better, forward. Excellent. Realizing what energizes us, what depletes us, and our thoughts, right? Where our thoughts take us, where our mind take us. Inner critic. It's flowing, it's flowing, it's going into it. Yes, what does that mean? As we were talking before, right? Why are we more critical to ourselves than others, right? We are so critical at times to ourselves than others, right? And when we're critical to ourselves, those name calling, right? And it served a purpose, and it can help to propel us, but at times we can get stuck. Minutes, seconds, days, hours, weeks, and months. And to be able to challenge some of those inner critical thoughts that come, some of those negative cognitions that we have, that has grown up with us, right? Just imagine you plant, you're a planter, a gardener, right? Farmer, right? And you plant a seed. Does that seed grow right away in the ground? Right? What do you think has to make the seed grow in the ground? Right? We have to fertile ground, cultivate it, water it, right? And so sometimes, I'm sorry, say it again. Water, nourishment, compassion, right?
Some people say if you talk to the plants, that oxygen from your body goes into the plants.
Patience, right? And so I hear all those good things, right? But I'm gonna go another way. I'm saying all these negative cognitions about myself, and it's growing with me. Where that patience, it's growing with me, right? And I need to challenge it, but it's serving a purpose. And if I don't weed it and till it and water it, how often I'm gonna water it?
Every day.
Every day. I don't feel like watering it. I'm being stubborn and stuck.
Just sit there in it.
I'm sitting in it. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to sit in it though. The thoughts are coming, it's coming fast, like I'm shooting a baseball, right? I'm hitting a catapult, boom, 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 it's coming. And I can't stop it.
That's when I take a Benadryl and I go to sleep.
Right? Individualize, right? Individualize, right? So then we have those unhealthy thoughts, right? And so some of those, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm a bad person, I'm not good enough, I should do more. I'm to blame. Man, I should have known better. I should have known better. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's my fault. It ain't my fault. It's my fault. Girl, it ain't your fault. It's your girl. Somebody. Right? All of these unhealthy, right? I can't trust anybody. I'm in danger. From who? Myself. I can't protect myself. How have you tried? My thoughts? I'm powerless. I'm weak. I'm not successful. What? You got you got a associate, a bachelor's, a master's, a doctor's certificate. You're not successful. Come on now. Huh? Hey, exactly, right? But these inner critics, these thoughts, they come and they come. You worthless. What? A business owner? Associate? A master's? A doctor? A mother? A daughter?
That's the ego,
That's the ego.
the negative.
I don't deserve love. You in a room full of love. You got a family full of love. Co-workers who love you and pour in. I don't deserve love. What, today, yesterday, next week, tomorrow? Girl, every day. Come on now, let's challenge that thought. How can we challenge it? How can we shift it? How can we move it? Right? What are some thoughts that when the thoughts come to say, man, you don't deserve love? What can we say? Tell me, what can I say? What you want me to tell me? The devil is a liar. I am loved. I am loved. I am worthy. I am loved. Ooh. I am worthy. What else? What else can we say? Why not?
You earned this.
Ooh, you earned this. Just by showing up. Just by showing up. Showing up. Right? I earned this. And I'm going to do what? I'm going to give you a hug. If you feel comfortable, I would love if you're able to cross your arms gently, right? And just tightly squeeze. And let go. Ooh. One more squeeze. Ooh. Just hold it, hold it, hold it, and let go. You are loved. You are worthy.
That's good. I ain't never done that in my whole life.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again for Lindsay. Let's do it for ourselves. Right? Come on now. Ooh. Squeeze. Just a little squeeze. Yes.
I had just had a friend do that yesterday, and she was like, I never did that before. So it was an introduction, and she really enjoyed it.
I'm used to
Exactly. I mean, and then
I heard myself, I was like, oh, Julianne, I just love you. You the greatest thing that ever happened. I just love you. I do. I give myself a hug before I go to bed at night. Oh, Julianne, thank you. Jesus, thank you. I love you for allowing me to love you.
exactly, allowing you to love me, right? And as he allowing you to love me, we think we're changing those unhealthy thought patterns, right? How are we changing them? We're identifying, we're shifting, we're changing, we're checking back, right? What's the reality? How do we test the reality in the moment, right? Reframe, you're worthy, you're loved, you're good. And it's true. It's true. It is true. Sometimes we gotta look in the mirror. Girl, you got it going on. Hey, you handsome over there. Hey, good looking. Sometimes we don't have anybody to tell us that. Once again, the language. We could write it down when we're doing good. Put it in a place where we can see it. We can recite it. We take it out of our head and it's just in our spirit. And it means something and it matters because we're shifting our inner critic. We're changing our inner critic. We're being mindful in the moment, right? And then earlier someone said that we journal. We journal. And just to get it out of you, be insightful, right? And so what I'm going to ask you to do, this next exercise, if you feel comfortable, I do have paper. I would love for you to write yourself a self-compassion note. A self-compassion note, right? What is a self-compassion note? Whatever you want it to be. Unstructured. I am. I am. I am. It could be that. You know what I am is. I am whole. I am healed. I am running. I am wealthy. I am knowledgeable. I am the child of the Most High God who leads, guides, directs. So, if you feel comfortable, I have paper, or you could use your notes on your phone, or you could use your notes on the table. And for those that's watching, put it on your pen and paper, right? Self-compassion. Today, I will be compassionate. Today, I will be kind. Moving forward, I will be kind. Moving forward, I will be compassionate. Moving forward, I will challenge negative thoughts. Moving forward, I'm going to sit in the seat to receive, be well, be whole, be healed in my journey of wellness. Yes, the thoughts will come. I shall shift. I shall change. I shall speak words of affirmation, words of healing. To myself. It's all about us. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. And for those that's watching, if you feel comfortable in the moment, our letter of self-compassion that we're going to be saying, right? And so as you continue to write your letter of self-compassion, right? We have some individuals that shared, SP shared, that's currently watching, I'm whole and moving forward, I will be patient. SP said, I'm whole, I'm moving forward, and I'm going to be patient. Norma said, moving forward, I am whole, I am healed, I am kind, I am loving. Norma said, moving forward, I am whole, I am healed, I am kind, and I'm loving. Whole, healed, kind, and loving. Who else feels comfortable in sharing, if anybody? Okay. Okay, hey.
Today I will continue to be kind to myself. I will focus only on the positive aspects of my life. Today I will continue to be kind to myself. I will focus only on the positive aspects of my life that will guide my future. I will not let negative thoughts, situations, or circumstances derail my day. I will remember who I am in God. I will stay on the path set before me. I am loved.
I am staying on the path that is set before me. I am loved. Anyone else feels comfortable in sharing? Oh, okay. Well.
So I wrote, you are doing just fine. In fact, you are thriving right where you are. Don't doubt for another moment that you are not where you are meant to be. You are worthy. I am worthy. I am fabulous. I am ready. I am whole. I am on the right path.
Ooh, ready, hold, and on the right path. Wonderful.
I said, begin to love yourself unconditionally because you are love and you deserve to feel and experience the love you give to others. I love you, I love me, and we are worthy of love and the accomplishments we've earned. Thank you for surviving this far. Now let's live.
Ooh, thank you for surviving. Let's live. Anyone else choose to? Yay! Miss Teddy Mom.
In this moment, I love you and only you, Janice. You're deserving of love and all that is good about yourself. Rejection is okay coming from others, but not from you, Janice. Do not reject yourself. Always, always, always be true to yourself and be good to yourself. If you don't love yourself, you will not be able to love others. If you don't cast or expose the darkness in yourself, you can't expose the darkness in others.
Thank you. Yay. Wonderful.
This is my guru told me.
Your guru, we love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. And so Nisha said, moving forward, I am worthy, I am enough, I am kind, I am positive, I am loved. She said, moving forward, I am worthy, I am enough, I am kind, I am positive, and I am loved. Oof. Beautiful. Can we give ourselves another hug? Ooh. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what I would like you to do, I know you've been sitting for a minute, I want you to get up and stretch, use the restroom. I would love for you to have some snacks, right? And then we resume here in a few minutes, okay? All right, thank you so much for those that's watching. Continue to write in, right? We're gonna continue to share as we go. Yay! Come model, come model, come model, come model. Come model, come model, come model. Yes, look at that, Emerge. With you counseling group. Check the sleeves, check the sleeves, check the Self-compassion. Yay. Yes, so thank you.
Or they're different?
No, they're all the same. Yep, they're all the same. They're all the same. So thank you so much for refreshing and stretching and coming back and modeling. Yes, right? Our self-compassion letter. So it's one letter I'm going to read. It says, I want to apologize. So it's from Tan. Tan said, I want to apologize to me for not protecting my temple, my mind, my body from negative self-suffering in silence. I want to apologize to me for not protecting my temple, my mind, my body from negative self-suffering in silence. And ignoring my emotions. I am worthy. I am enough. I am deserving of love, peace, and safety. I am worthy. I am loved. I am deserving of love, safety, and peace. I will not rely on my human being to validate my feelings and live in my purpose. This is my season of grace, favor, for this is my season, to keep what I've sown. This is my season. This is our season. This is our season. This is your season to walk in victory, purpose, anointing, favor, grace, blessings. Do you receive it? I can't hear.
I do.
I can't hear.
Do.
I can't hear.
Do.
I need some attitude, some stink with that. I do. Come on, come on, come on. Let me hear, let me hear, let me hear. Do you receive it?
She just put me on the spot. I receive it, girl. I receive it.
You receive
I
it.
do.
Excellent, 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 excellent. Your season. Anyone else feel comfortable in sharing their self-compassion letter? And I don't want it just to be a one-time thing. I want you to be able to keep it, to look at it, to refresh it, right? Look at it, refresh it. And so there's a science behind all of this, right? And so the science is saying that it lowers anxiety and depression. And when I practice self-compassion, the science saying that it creates resilience, right? The science behind it is saying it reduces the thinking, right? Am I perfect? As well as reducing the self-criticism. Science is saying it increased motivation and personal growth. Increased motivation and personal growth. So it's just not something happenstance, right? It's something that shows that it's been tested and it's true.
Will we get these slides?
You sure can. I can email. I can send it to you, right? And then, so the benefits, right? That's what the science say. What's the benefit, right? So the benefit that if I'm self-practicing it, what happens, right? My relationships improve with myself and with others, right? What else, right? It's saying when that emotion comes, I'm able to regulate it. I'm not just going from 0 to 100. I'm able to say, I'm going to be able to pause. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to say, what's happening inside? I'm not going to just jump to conclusion, right? And you notice sometimes, man, I wake up with all these aches and pains, right? Strengthens our immune system, right? So there's science behind all of this, right? When I'm practicing it. So you whip out your letter and you read it. You can read it in the mirror. You can put it on your phone. I'm having one of those drown that's depleting me, that's not energizing. Where's that letter? Right at your fingertips. Right at your fingertips, right? So we wanted to put it into practice. And whatever we put into practice, we become consistent, right? We weed it, we water it, how much water it needs, what kind of nutrients it needs, right? The nutrients could be what energizes you. The word, praise, worship, sleep, family, meditation, playing with my love pups. Yeah. All of that. Be reminded of that. Put on some house music.
Yes.
And swirl and feel it, and the rhythm, the move, the sounds, the beat, and be one. I'm going to go to nature. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to exercise. Or I'm just going to lay and do nothing. Listen to my body as it speaks. You say, body, what you need today? Have you drank your water? I have not. Right? Have you eaten any vegetables? I have not. So I think you need to. Okay, I will. Have you eaten something sweet? And sweet could be a Tic Tac. Sweet could be red velvet cake, caramel cake, or just plain vanilla ice cream. Or it could be just a nice sweet fruit. Oh my God, them tangerines back there, they are sweet. I had to try it out myself. Right? So those things, right? So there is a science behind it all. And so how do we overcome some of these challenges when those draining us keep coming and coming and coming and coming and we can't move forward, right? What becomes healthy, right? How do we once again just to be able to observe, to be able to sit in the seat of receiving, right? Small steps to introduce self-compassion, right? Small steps, micro steps. Because we could take small or we could go big. We go big and what happened? How consistent will I be if I'm big? If I'm stepping out big? Am I going to be able to maintain, right? Sometimes our momentum is good. And then what happens? We lose it. Is it because they say this word, I'm procrastinating, or it does not energize me, right? My bucket is not full, right? Who am I around, right, that does that for us? And when we're around them, what does that feel like? Am I at peace? Am I in ease? Am I in flow? Or am I struggling? To keep that in mind. Who are my support system? Right? Who do I have? Do I have a coach, a therapist? Right? A good girlfriend, good guy friends. Right? No judgment. Whoever you have. How often do we utilize who we have? Do we utilize them in only certain situations and certain circumstances, or we're able to utilize them across the board, no matter what? Some people have friends in different categories that does different things, right? I think it's healthy, right? You can't tell everybody everything and then that person not going to say, man, you deplete, this is the same bull again. I thought we are friends. Right? Okay, so I need to tell Tom and Sally and Bob and Susie and Takita and Sonny and Cooper. Right? And Joy and Ray, Juliana, right? And Pam and Monica and Tim and Glenn and Kayla, right? Andrea, right? Who we gonna tell? And Maya, who we gonna tell? Who we gonna tell what to? So I'm gonna give you time just to think, who is in my circle of support? How often do I utilize my circle of support? Do I utilize one circle too much than the other? Or are they evenly spread throughout? Right? Nothing you gotta answer. I just want you to take this moment to just reflect. Who is in my circle? Does the circle deplete me, energize me, or what? Right? Who is in my circle? Does it deplete me? Does it energize me, or what? Or what? Any comments?
Yeah, sometimes not sometimes, but a lot of times. I get upset when I'm like giving so much to certain friends and then they don't reciprocate. It's like they're always calling you and you're giving them everything. Then when you need them, they're not there. Not you, Julianne. And I looked over there. Not you. I'm talking about my immediate right now. And so I get upset. And then I have to, like, do some self-talk. And say, okay, Janice, everybody has a life. People have lives. You know, you expect folks to be like you are. Selfless sometimes, but yeah, and so that's what I've been struggling with lately. I mean, if I text somebody and they don't text me back, it burns me up. And when I know you were just there texting me. Yeah, people carry their phone
problems all the time.
So,
How do we inquire? Right, so I was going to say, how do we inquire about that?
This exact conversation with my daughter before I got here.
Okay.
The words I told her was stop it. And I'm just going to say that to you, stop it. She called and said that her friends, and I said, have you ever looked at your friends are takers? Because they're taking your time, they're taking your emotions, they're taking your kindness, they're taking your peace, and you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything back. So you sitting here feeling depleted because you've been taken a lot. So, well, I said to her, you stop it. Like, self-care, take care of yourself, regenerate, and continue to fill yourself up. And it's almost like in therapy when we talk about, you know, if your cup is half full or half empty, which side you want to be on. Half full or half empty. Half empty is depleting, constantly getting depleted. And I told her, I said, look at how you want your glass to look. Half full is continual replenishing. So that you have to do for yourself. So kind of like stop it.
see, I miss you.
I think it's important to have friends in categories, but I also think it's important to constantly be pruning those relationships, because everybody that you bring into your friendship or bring into intimacy with you isn't supposed to be there forever. And so I think it's important that as we grow, we need to evaluate our circles. And some people, unfortunately, have to be removed. And that is hard to accept. Is like I had to grieve a whole relationship because I have been friends with this person for so long. But when they don't grow, and you feel a way about having to step away. But that's important for self-compassion and self-esteem, because you need people around you that can fill you up. And if they always taken and you can't get anything from them, I think it's important to step away. And I think that's okay for you to do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Step away without guilt. Mm-hmm. Anybody else feels comfortable in sharing? All right. Is it easy to step away without guilt? Let's tap into that for a quick second. Whew, what is guilt?
I'm just not going to feel guilty for taking care of myself, period.
Ooh.
I don't owe you nothing. I'm not going to feel guilty for taking care of myself. Why should I have to?
I'm not as strong as you.
I mean, I'm human. I'm going to have some type of disconnect, but I don't think at the end of the day, you are the most important person, right? And if you don't take care of you, who else is going to do it? Not being selfish is in a good way. I am human. I do have feelings, and I would express those feelings, but I'm not going to carry guilt because I'm taking care of me.
All right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that.
I refuse to do it. I'm going to go back to this.
At the end of the day, we have choices. So when I decide, I've been through a lot, and I grieved a lot, and I lost my son. So I have shift gears from that loss. And the shifting in that is that I have to make decisions for my health. So I decided, it's a decision. It wasn't a choice.
Okay.
I decided to move forward in a different light. So it's a decision that I have made, and I think a lot of people struggle with, do I have a choice? You can decide your one life. You can decide how you want to proceed with the one life. So not that I'm selfish or any other type of way. I just had to make this decision. And I do have people in my circle who have not made the decision, like she was saying, to stay in their space. And that's their decision. I respect that. But I'm moving on. So if I'm moving on, you're not in the space, because I'm over here and you way down there, because you decided to stay down there. It was not your choice. You decided. I'm just saying, I'm making my decision to take care of me. I decided to do that.
We have choices.
Thank you. Yes. No, go ahead.
Amen. Amen.
So I was just going to make the comment that I think for a long time the guilt was not always self-imposed. It was what was taught to us. You know, maybe it was what the gift that our mothers, maybe our fathers. Yes, it does, and so then we learned this, and so often I would have to stop and examine and kind of take a look at what was going on around me, and was this guilt really mine? Is this really what is going on right now? Or is this just a mental habit that I have that is not going to help me at this moment? Because I may be worried about what somebody else is going through, but really everyone is resilient. And so this friend who may or may not be a friend, or this person that I am in this interaction with, who may be a participant or a client or whatever label we give this individual, they don't rely on me personally. So, it can be at times a matter of just evaluating and, saying, okay, I'm just not going to take this on right now.
That was your decision.
Yes.
A choice, definitely.
And also, I just want to add, I think to a certain point, people create systems of survival, and sometimes you are a part of someone's system of survival, and they want to keep you holding into the relationship, and they can use tactics like guilt and shame to get you to stay, to do the thing that they need you to do. But it's up to you to recognize, what is it that my system needs now? Because there perhaps was a part of me that loved to give because it made me feel purposeful. Because man, if I'm helping people and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I'm great, people love me. But then you get to a point where you're just like, I don't need that anymore, or this has become unhealthy. And so being able to recognize that for yourself, and then to make a decision to exit that relationship or that job or whatever, that thing is. So. Oh,
Did
yeah.
lean over after Janice said that and said they can only deplete you if you allow them to.
They can only deplete you if you allow them to. Great, Andrew, definitely.
So, thank you, everybody, for your comments on that. The guilt, it's real. Growing up in a dysfunctional family, first generation, only person out of 8 kids who went for higher education. And so I had and still have some survivor's guilt. And so I had to cut off everybody in my family, including that brother with the addiction, that was struggling with this addiction. And so that's where I'm at right now. I make that progress, and I'll set those boundaries, and then I allow them to override again. Yeah, or I'll unblock. But I blocked everybody. I blocked everybody. And it doesn't feel good.
No.
Because they can't go where I'm going.
Exactly.
I'm working on my PhD.
Yeah.
In international psychology. That's taken me to Africa twice.
Blessings.
I'm right there. And working on that dissertation, and I just feel like I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Ooh, you come too far. You gonna make it.
That's the enemy.
You gonna make it.
Working on this. Well, I don't know.
You gonna make
10th
it.
year.
That's okay.
I'm done. I gotta get done.
You will. 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 You
They're gonna push me out the door. You need to get it done. Yeah, along with a lot of other students that choose the requirements or competing with these other higher universities.
Okay.
In that time.
We just declare it. We declare it, Janice. We declare it. 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 It is so. It is so. It is so. It is so. Mm-hmm. And Nisha says it holds you back trying to hold on to friendship that takes you. Right? It holds you back. It holds you back. It holds you back. So it holds you back. It holds you back. So here's a concept. It's called the bucket filling, right? It goes like this. Each of us has an invisible bucket. It is constantly filled, or is it empty, right? Depending on what others say or do to us. When our bucket is full, we feel great. When it is empty, we feel awful. Each of us has an invisible dipper, right? And that dipper fills other people's bucket by saying or doing things to increase their positive emotions. We also fill our bucket that way as well, right? But when we use that dipper from our bucket, saying or doing things that decrease, right? It decrease that positive emotion that we're experiencing, that we want, right? We diminish ourselves, right? We are diminishing ourselves when we're doing that. So a full bucket gives a positive outlook, renewed energy. Every drop in that bucket, stronger, more optimistic, right? More hugs, more smiles, more kind words, more gestures to fill our bucket. The more our bucket is filled, the more that energizes us. The right way, the positive way, right? Doesn't deplete us. So we want to keep in mind when things come in and try to bore a hole in our bucket. We're going to be gentle. We're going to be kind. We're going to set boundaries. We're going to say no and mean no. Our words are going to say no. Our actions are going to say no. And then we're going to be okay, right? The emotions are going to come for sure. And those emotions are temporary. It might seem like it's lasting forever, but those emotions are temporary. And we said, it's possible. It's possible. I'm moving forward. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be here now. And as I'm present and I'm here and I'm now, I'm being centered, right? When I'm centered, I am balanced. We're not tilting, right? You know, sometimes a tree, the wind comes and the tree is swaying. The leaves are just moving, right? And when the leaves are moving, where's the trunk? The trunk is stable because of what? Why is it stable? The roots, the ground, right? And so we're filling us to make sure that we are grounded, like when they're concrete, the roots deep. And so they intertwine because they're probably getting nutrients from the other trees that's next to them to stabilize them, right? But we're staying present in the here, in the now. We're taking a moment of rest. And rest is just, ooh, I'm just going to breathe. Ooh. I'm going to have a sip of water. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to read my word. I'm going to put on praise and worship. I'm going to notice when those self-critical thoughts are trying to come in to weigh me down, right? But daily, we're going to practice as much as possible, right? And what are we going to practice, you're saying? We're going to practice daily affirmations. We're going to practice how we speak to ourselves. We're going to practice and acknowledge community. We're going to practice and acknowledge strength. We're going to practice and acknowledge being in the moment. We're going to practice and acknowledge who we are. We're going to practice and acknowledge our love, our gentleness, our kindness, our patience, our peace. You say, ooh, that purpose, right? Ooh, I am here. I am in the moment, right? We're going to practice being well. We're going to practice being whole. We're going to practice engaging and meditating, reflecting, journaling, whatever it takes in that moment. And it might be, I'm just going to sit in peace. I'm going to sit in peace. And I'm sitting in peace, noticing what's happening. Noticing my thoughts, noticing my emotions, taking it in each and every moment, each and every minute. I'm going to be gentle. I'm going to be curious with myself. And is that doing artwork, right? What is that doing? Is that putting me first with my boundaries? What do you mean by that? You want me to do something. I don't have the capacity to do it. I'm like, Tim, can you pick me up next week, Saturday, from the airport? Tim already has plans, right? Tim and I are really good friends. Is he going to pick me up from the airport, or Tim is going to do his plans, right? Even though we're really good friends, Tim is able to say, Colleen, I can't pick you up. I have plans. That doesn't say that Tim and I are not good friends, right? And does it say Tim needs to explain to me why he can't pick me up? Mm-hmm. Does he need to explain? Tim do not need to explain, right? Does Tim need to explain why he can't pick me up? No. Tim, hey, I'm coming in next Friday and Saturday. Can you pick me up from the airport? Oh my God, are you sure about that? Tim, I done picked you up from the airport 5 times.
Okay. That is so true, and I appreciate that. But there is a Greyhound bus. Okay, the Van Gogh in my bad.
Tim, we friends. You come over to my house, you eat, we sleep, we go out, we go to trainings, and you can't come pick me up.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Because what I'm noticing is that you're trying to manipulate me by using shame, Colleen. And I will not be controlled, shamed, manipulated, friend. So if you want to continue this relationship, we're going to talk about that.
Did this Hello? Hello? Is this the right number? Is this Tim?
That's me. It's the TIM.
And that's
what the friend just say. Okay, if you're a real friend. That's what the real friend.
Exactly.
A spiritually enlightened true friend.
A self-aware friend.
Yeah.
Woo, there we go. Yes.
We'll say okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? And I should be, okay, so let me go down the list. Tan. I'm coming into the airport. I know you haven't picked me up or nothing, but can you get me?
What day?
What day was I got to look up for Saturday.
No, I told you on Saturday and Sunday I lay around all day.
No. Tan, you laying around. I need you to come get me.
I ain't gonna be able to come, but call me when you get home.
Call me when you get home.
That's cool. That's cool.
I know I got a friend. I know I got Ray. So I called Tim, I called Tan, I'm calling Ray. Ray, girl, I'm coming in. You know we had, the ride and you know. Can you come get me? Ooh, girl, it's like 11:59 on Saturday. Don't tell me can you miss church?
No, but you can ride with me to church.
Ooh, how am I get there to ride to your
I
church?
can pick you up, we go straight to church.
What? Wait. Wait. Right? Just like that. Just like that, right? Just like that, right? I know I got Andrea. Come on. I know I got Andrea. What I touch? I know I got Andrea.
I have no social life. I'll come get you.
Yes, my true friend. My only true friend. My true friend. My true friend. I thought we friends, Andrea. Wait a minute. You saying what?
But why didn't you plan ahead of time when you planned the trip? Why didn't you figure out who was going to pick you up?
Andrea, do you asking too much questions right now? Can you come get me or not?
Yes, I'll be there. What time?
9:59
a.m., p.m.?
p.m.
Sure, I'll come get you.
It's O'Hare. Did I tell you it's O'Hare? Oh, no, wait a minute. I think it's Midway.
Midway is better.
I drive in there all the time. Either one, it doesn't bother me.
Andrea,
She's gonna. So Andrea said.
I'm gonna add you to my friend list, Andrea.
Right? So it's just boundaries, right? You see how it just goes in circles, right?
You know what I struggle with is, like you said, saying too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, do you gotta explain? And you're like, no.
No need.
I do it in emails, I do it in text. I'll be like, well, my son got a basketball game, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do, and it's hard sometimes it's hard because of family and people, like when you do set the boundaries, they use that guilt and shame. So it's like, I already know what's going to come. So before it even comes, I'm already on the defense explaining. And I would love to just say no, but I think that's really easier said than done.
It truly is practice.
Yeah, to
Practice.
not, again, tell everything, to just say no. Because then again, well, that's selfish. Like you said, you've done it 5 times for them, And then if they say you're selfish, it's like, am I being selfish or am I taking care of myself?
And then you have the people that demand a reason as to why you can't.
I think the longer it goes, the more the person who's requesting feels like the door is still open. They're gonna at some point talk you into it if you keep keep giving excuses. I think that it's what I teach, so I try to practice it too. That they're gonna. No, I'm sorry. As I said, I'm not available that day. And if they keep pushing it, what I teach is just walk away from the conversation because they feel like the door is still open to get you to agree to
Exactly. This is Tim say, you trying to manipulate me.
Yeah, I learned that
Trying to
early on
twist.
in our parenting too, because our kids will tell them no, and then we'll try to explain to them no, and before you know it, it's yes, then it's maybe. My no turn from no, you're not going over such and such house, and then I explain it, because we got to go here, you got to go see your grandmother and all that, and then they ask another question. Then my no switch to maybe, and then after that it's like, let me think about it, and then after that it's like, you can go for an hour. So, so it's like, I learned like over a while to kind of like say no in my interpersonal adult relationships because you will tend to have that pattern, and then your no's just, they don't hold no weight.
Exactly. So then I think I can just continue to window my way through, right? So it's a transformational journey, right? Cultivating it, understanding the foundational pieces and recognizing, right? To be able to say, hey, can I practice? It's probably like 10, 12 of those things that I would love for you to be able to say, what can I commit to? Yes, you did your self-compassion letter to yourself, right? How can we put that in practice? What else on that list that you can put into practice for yourself, right? And so for those that's watching, let me just give you a real, once again, what it was saying is just how can we practice a mindfulness awareness? How can we practice speaking kindly to ourselves? How can we practice acknowledging, right, the humanness? How can we practice self-compassion touch? We did a beautiful hug, right? Just do that more often, right? Setting healthy boundaries, right? Engage in activities, right? To be able to be guided with affirmation statement, I am enough. This is my season, right? Reflective journalism, journal. great takeaways, right? And so what I want us to do as we wrap up and close, I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your willingness to come on this journey with you counseling group and emerge in the journey of self-compassion, right? And so self-compassion is not selfish, right? Self-compassion is being able to set healthy boundaries, right? And each day, I want you to begin to invite greatness, curiosity, more love, more peace, right? And practice strengthening, guiding, and cultivating who we are, who we're striving to be, who we're evolving to become, right? And so if you feel comfortable, I'd like just to close this with just a breathing exercise, right? Just to center us back again. Your eyes could be open, your eyes could be closed, whatever feels safe in the moment, whatever feels comfortable. Take a nice cleansing deep breath in and hold it and exhale it all out. Another cleansing breath in and hold it and exhale. And just be in the moment. And just notice any tension, any uneasiness, and just pour compassion into it. Another deep breath in and hold it and exhale. And just be. If your eyes are closed, you can open them up. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your time. That is so valuable that you've given to me. And yes, I went over 15 minutes, but I do apologize, right? And if you so choose, there is a survey on your table. You could just use your phone. You can scan it. And I would love to hear your feedback, right? Any last minute words from anyone?
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Wonderful. Well needed, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, it's okay. I did hear you say to her that you would, the slides would be available?
Yeah. I have no problem. Let me give you a piece of paper if you want to put your, what's that thing? Your email address. Yes. Put in the survey? Oh, put in the survey.
Okay.
You so good. So special thanks to my media production team over here. Woo! Duvy Media. Thank you. The mother of all mothers. Thank you. Much appreciated. Could not have taken place without help, right? And I thank you for my sorority sisters. Thank you, ladies, for showing up and supporting. Much appreciated. Yay. Takeda and Joy. Yes, so please complete your surveys. If you want more snacks to go, please do that. And so our next one would be December 13th, right? And so December 3rd, it's a Saturday, same 11 to 1. And so we're coming full circle, right? And then we transitioning into 2026, right?
What's December 13th?
December 13th.
No, what is it on the topic?
Oh, December 13th. So what we're doing, we're culminating. We're culminating our journey. Yep. Yep. So our first was resilience, radical acceptance, self-compassion, and then we're transitioning into how do we make sure that we continue to practice all of these into 2026 forward. So it's forward. 26 word is forward. Yes, taking it forward, right? And if you have any friends, we can send it to them if you find it beneficial, right? For them to come and just 2 hours. 2 hours of power. Information gathering. And remember your roles, your hat, what energizes you, what depletes you as you moving forward in the remainder of this week, this month, this year, and beyond. Thank you. Yay.